It's spooky season. The Wilson, Tommy, and Handy Show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wilson, Tommy, Handy Show. I am one of your hosts, Tommy, and I'm here with our captain extraordinaire, Wilson. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. That was take two. We did.
I know.
I think we nailed it both times.
And, well, no, you forgot to unmute me again the second time.
That was literally all done live, except for the music wasn't us. It was playing, but like
I played that music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. So
What?
I leave last week to find Handy, and I hear he's here.
Yep.
And then I come back, and he's gone again.
He just doesn't like you.
I'm beginning to think so.
You know, I can't do the show by myself, so one of you has to show up.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I did talk to him. I talked to him, what was it, yesterday, actually.
I talked to him today. He had
really?
a special something come up or something like that. I don't know.
I think it was a barbecue.
Yeah, something.
It's always something else
Uh-huh.
with that guy, something better than us. But how was your week?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't talk to you a whole lot.
Not too much.
It was very eventful.
Oh, I had a great week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard a few things. Sorry, I had a bubble in my throat again.
Oh, great.
So unprofessional of
Yeah.
us.
We need a cough button.
I wanted to get one for us
Yeah.
where you could just hold it down and think that's what they
But,
do.
you know, since we don't make any money off this podcast,
Yeah.
we can't. So if anybody wants to sponsor us,
Again.
yeah.
Yeah, we need more. So last Saturday, well, actually, I can't remember when it was. It was, it was the night we recorded the last time I was on the show. Me and when we had Alan on the show,
Yeah.
me and my daughter, we went to that Heartstoppers haunted house.
Yeah.
Dude, awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool. At first when I got there, I'm like, this is going to be lame. And then you go into like this mental insane asylum thing up top, upstairs. And I'm not going to lie, I was walking in, I was trying to be macho. I'm like, I'm not going to get scared. And this kid, probably 13, he just comes around a corner and just stands there and stares at me. And then I stop. And he goes like, ha, ha, and then he walks away. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to walk forward now. I go to the next room. Dude, he's not there. And I'm like, okay, is there a trap door somewhere? I don't know where he's at. Walk around the other corner, and it's a long hallway. And have you ever seen The Ring?
Yeah.
Remember the girl with the long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this girl just standing in the hallway looking at me. I'm like, nope. Someone's getting punched, dude. And then she starts running at us. And right when she almost gets to us, this loud noise comes from above. And my daughter just like, she loses it. She falls to the ground and just goes, "Ah!" Just screaming. And I'm dying laughing. And then one of the cool ones, and it's here in the mine shaft down in Sacramento. It's an old, used to be like a miniature golf place. So there's like this cave.
It's in Rancho, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's between Rancho and Folsom. So there's like this tunnel cave thing that they had built out that was a old miniature golf, one of the, holes. And so I'm sitting there and we're in line. And right before you go, the guy kind of gives you the heads up. I'm just thinking it's going to be a normal scary haunted house where you just go in and people are going to scare you. And they're all actors, and he's like, hold on to the wall. It's the only way out. I'm like, what a loser. I go down there. Dude, it's pitch black. When I was at Knott's Berry Farm, they give you a flashlight. Here, they don't give you anything. It's dark. So I had my eyes wide open, and I can't see anything, so I'm feeling the wall. And the whole time you're feeling the wall, you're hearing noises on the other side of the wall.
Oh.
And you're hearing like, "Wah!" Like that. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you'll be like a big old like siren that was like right in your face. I'm like, dude. And my daughter is like, she's like, Daddy, you're squeezing me too hard. I'm all, no, we're good. And then
It's going to be okay. Don't worry.
and then the walls start closing in on you. So they have this one section where it just wooden walls. Then it goes to like this cloth wall that has like it's like blown up with air, so you could squeeze through it and just push the wall away.
Yeah.
And my daughter did not like that at all. She's like claustrophobic like that. And I'm just that's when I went in daddy mode. I just like pulled it open, just marched forward. They had a 3D one where you put 3D glasses on, you walk through. It was a Alice in Wonderland one. Dude, it was a good time. It was worth it. I highly recommend that. And then last Saturday when I wasn't here for the show, we were at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom doing the Fright Fest. And
I heard you had a great time.
I had fun with my daughter, but I mean, the rest of the thing was, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There was, how do I say it? Kids. If we have some kids listening from the ages of Fortnite players to early college, don't be on your phone and walking at the same time, or you will walk into people and make me want to punch you in the face.
How many times did that happen?
I can't even count. I have a video on my phone where I'm just holding the phone out. I'm actually walking forward because there's a guy with a chainsaw like running around. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I'm filming him and we're walking, but I'm looking where I'm walking when I'm filming. And in the video, you see this guy, almost my age. He's walking forward, but looking back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to move.
I'm standing my ground.
And then I felt bad because he walked right into my daughter.
Oh.
And then he goes, oh, I'm sorry. And then you hear me, I go, watch where you're walking, jerk. I was like, dude, I had enough. Kids cutting lines. So disrespectful. The workers there act like they don't care. I was talking to my mom about it.
Why would they care? They're getting paid their minimum wage of like $13 an hour.
Right. It was, I mean, I get it, you know, and they're all kids that are working there. But the thing is it made me really appreciate places like Knott's Berry Farm when I was there. I mean, Knott's Berry Farm, before it even opens, they did like, what was it, the Pledge of Allegiance or the National Anthem? Yeah. And you get in there, the workers act like they care. And I heard Disneyland's the same way. All the workers there, they're, what are they called? They're called characters.
Yeah.
And they just seem like they like their job. And that's when I go into like customer service. And, you know, I could see why, you know, you would pay that high premium at places like Disneyland because you're weeding out the rudeness and stuff.
Yeah.
And just the things that we noticed. I mean, I had fun with my kid. We rode some water rides. I got thrown in the waterfall, which I wasn't too stoked about because I was at the beginning of the day. And there's nothing like walking around soaking wet at an amusement park after that. I did get kicked off a roller coaster.
Why did that happen?
I'm a big boy. Well, in my defense, most roller coasters, the ones that go upside down, they have like the over your shoulder like locks that come down, and then they actually do a buckle lock as well, and it's usually like in your crotchal region right there. This one, it was on the side, so the female.
It was in the love handle position.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like on the back side where I guess for lack of a better term, the female end of a seatbelt buckle would be.
Yeah.
The male end was on the bar that comes down and it can't reach the back. But most people be like, oh, I'm sorry, it's just unsafe for you to ride. She's just like, you're too big. I almost dropped it. That's what she said. Daughter was next to me. I was like, I don't know. So I took it as I'm like, oh, no problem whatsoever. No problem. And my daughter was already freaking out because she didn't want to do this ride. And I was like, you know, you don't have to ride it. Since I'm off, she goes, no, I gotta be big. I gotta do it. I'm all right.
All right. Well, I'm big and it didn't work out for me.
Well played.
Yeah.
And so I get off the ride. I'm standing there kind of by where you put your hat and your drink and stuff, which I got to talk about. And I see her on the ride and she's sitting there like freaking out. She's like praying. I see her praying. She's like, I'm so scared. And it's a launch coaster. So
3, 2, 1.
It just goes and it takes off. and I hear the loudest scream. Dude, I was dying. It was hilarious. I was so proud of her. But, you know, I like I said, I had a fun time. A little expensive, a little bit too expensive than I wanted to pay for that. Parking was $30. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's garbage.
And then I get there. I'm like, well, we'll get one of those souvenir drinks for the day,
Yeah.
you know, and then where you pay like $15 for the drink and you refill it as many times. So I was, you know, trying to work math with my daughter. I said, well, how many drinks do you think we're going to drink? Are we going to drink more than like 5? She goes, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, we'll switch. I'll do like a Powerade. You could do like a Sprite or whatever. Then I'll do a Powerade or lemonade or whatever. And we'll go back and forth. And so I go up to the guy and I go, hey, I'll just do one of the day ones. He goes, oh, well, we don't have those anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, well, how much are those? He goes, those are $30. I'm like, wow. What are they? He goes, those are the seasons. I'm like, oh, for next year? He's all, no, this year. I'm like, well, how long is the season? He's all, till December. I'm like, $30 from now to December. Okay, well, that's kind of a lot of money. Well, how much for the ones for next year? He goes, $30. I'm like, well, I'll take one of those then. He goes, oh, we don't have those yet. I'm all, really? I'm like, and so I kind of did the math. I'm like, well, it's still going to be less money buying this. I'm all, I just think it's stupid.
Yeah.
And then they raised the price on the haunted houses. And I was like, I'm not going to pay for those haunted houses. You already took too much of my money. But like I said, I had a good time with my kid. It has made me respect and cherish our trip to Knott's Berry Farm a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, oh, and I got a new car on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Trying to be like the captain over here.
Yeah, it's not as fast as yours.
Oh, it's not?
No,
Oh.
no. What's cool about it is I actually have roll-up windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a
Mine are automatic.
Really?
On all 4 windows.
How's that? Is that nice?
Yeah, it's nice. I push a button once and it goes
Dude,
all the way down, and then I pull it up all the way up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's funny is my
Do you have push button start?
No.
Oh, you have to use that old key ignition?
No, my key is actually one of those ones where it's like flat, but the key's like engraved into it.
Yeah.
That's my key.
Oh.
I have automatic door locks, which is nice.
Oh, me too.
I'll tell you what,
I can touch the handle on my door and it unlocks.
Dude.
And then I touch it again and it locks.
You're the man.
Can you do that?
No.
Oh, too bad.
But I'll tell you what, though, I was telling my mom this. It's pretty bad the way my Nissan was running because it has a major oil leak. And I drive a lot for work. And I told her, I said, it's pretty bad when I get to like a Walmart to service my store. And I'm like, I find, okay, where can I park where there's no cars, no trees? Because if I come back out and this thing's on fire, I don't want anybody else's car and trees on fire. And so finally I told her, well, we just can't do it. We got to drop the money and do it. And this whole past week I worked with the new car. And dude, I'm loving it. But it's funny, like when I
half the gas.
Oh my gosh. I would fill up 3 times in a week. I filled up once.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and it's a smaller tank, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Oh, and I had the AC running.
Oh,
weird.
You have AC now?
I had AC in the Nissan.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Oh,
you had to roll down your windows AC.
No, for a while I did. Then I went and paid for it and got it fixed. But dude, it's cozy.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's funny because it's tiny. It's basic. It's a Ford Fiesta, but it's the same size of a normal Ford Fiesta, but it's the sedan version. So the back of it looks really tiny.
Yeah.
But dude, it's nice having a car that is reliable now. I'm very fortunate for that. But
yeah, that's cool. I'm happy for you.
You know, but if I want to tune in my radio station, it actually popped up on the little dash right there, little thing, the old school dial. So you see the little thing scroll between.
Yeah, so
90,
mine does that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's kind of funny. Yeah. I don't listen to the radio. I listen to podcasts all day, and you should be listening to this.
Yeah.
If not, I don't know how you're hearing this message.
Get rid of radio.
Yeah. But I missed you, dude. I missed you a lot.
Bit.
Yeah. Because when we miss a week, it's technically like 2.
1. Yeah.
So a lot happens. So, and I know that you did a field trip today. And I did a little mini field trip today, and we're going to talk about that right now.
Oh, you mean with our
beers and cheers?
Oh, I got to hit the button.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we have to. Oh, you muted me again.
Oh, fail. Do it again. Let's crack it open again. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Muted you. We're doing this live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just open.
I can't wait till we do our live show and people see they're all, Oh, they're fakers, baby. They're
Yeah.
fakers. Let's start with you because you have quite an arrangement here from our friends.
Yeah. I went and talked to Corey and Scott over at Thin Line Brewing today, and I said, "Hey,
Love those guys.
Yeah, I love those guys. I need some beers for the podcast," and so I grabbed their newest IPA that they have. It's called the Wrecker IPA, 7.5 alcohol. Don't know the IBUs.
That was my name in high school.
The alcohol,
No, the Wrecker.
the IBUs.
The Wrecker.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask no questions.
No, okay. But yeah, they finally got I guess you'd call it a canning machine.
That's legit, though.
Yeah,
that's nice
It's
looking.
like a monster size. It's 16-ounce can of beer, and they take the can and stick it up to the tap, fill it up, and then they put the top of the can on there, put it in a little machine, and it seals it. So now they can...
Which I think is essentially how they do it.
Yeah.
But you just see it done
You
individually.
see it done right away. Like
Which is
you
cool.
pick whatever you want, and then they write the title of the name of the beer on the
I like
can.
that logo, the blue on black, dude. I still like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. They call it the pounder, though, because it's 16 ounces.
Oh, is that what a pound is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was never good with like measurements and stuff.
This is a good IPA, though. I think it's better than what did we try before? Jungle Warfare? That was their other IPA?
That was the tropical one, right?
Yeah. I think this is better. It's not as fruity. You tried a sip of it. What did you say there was some taste
There
were
was
tasting
something
there?
there was something at the end, and I can't remember what it was. You know me. Sorry, Corey. I don't like IPAs.
Yeah,
I really don't like.
he almost threw up, but then
But
after a couple seconds, he was like, "Wait a second."
there's something there. It could have been love.
Or it could have been...
It smells like fresh cut grass. That does. Dirt and love. There was no dirt.
No
it was the
dirt.
grass, but
Okay.
but it was a hint of dandelion.
Okay.
How's that dandelion?
Oh, yeah.
Man, I sound good right there. But it was definitely unique because I've tasted like a Sierra Nevada and stuff before and all that, and this is different. I could tell that there's something different about it.
It's got a good bitter at the end there. I like it.
Cool.
Yeah. I give this one... It's close. If we could do more than quarters... Or less than, I guess it'd be less than quarters. I'd give this like a 4.9 if I could.
Oh wow! So
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
you could round it up.
I don't ever want to give something a 5.
Right.
Because there's always room for improvement. But this would be at the top.
Okay, because I know on Untapped it's 4.75 or 5.
Yeah. But I don't want to give it a 5. So we'll give it a 4.75.
But if Scott's listening, he knows where it's at.
Yeah.
And
you do.
he's the brewmaster, so he knows what matters.
Yeah.
He's what.
Yeah.
So, and then do you just want to do the other one later in the middle of the show?
I tried it when I was there.
Okay.
I had a little taster of it. The other one is called Uncommon Sense, and it's a California common beer. That's the style it says.
Do you know what that means?
I have no idea. But I think it's just kind of like a basic lighter beer.
Yeah, basic.
Yeah. 5.3 on the alcohol.
I thought that's what you were giving it. I'm like,
No,
wow,
no,
you didn't
no.
want to give a 5, but you're going over now. Attaboy.
That's the alcohol on this one. It was good. It was it's toasty. It's got like a malted almost flavor to it. I don't really like anything other than IPAs, but when I tried this, I was like, man, this is good. I'd give it probably a 4.25 on that one. That's saying something.
I think everything we've had have been well above the 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From them. Yeah.
I got to check the Untapped app and see where we're at. But I think we've never, you
Yeah.
have never been disappointed in it.
No. He knows what he's doing. He's good. And I heard him talking today. They buy all their stuff from like local brewery shops to brew all their stuff and everything.
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Supporting the locals just like we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what it's about right there.
Yeah, and if you haven't tried Thin Line, you should really go there. It's a cool atmosphere. It's Scott and Corey are there. I think that's all that works there. I don't think they have anybody else.
I've only been that one time. I was supposed to go. Was it last week when they had Deputy Hookem there?
Week, yeah.
And man, I had to do homework with the kid.
And they had a shooting simulator
Yeah,
there.
I think, was it a zombie simulator or
They
something?
set it up for zombies, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they had that. Then I saw the pictures on Facebook, and they had like a guy there with a. Well, I don't know if they had a musician there, or I know they have instruments there to play.
Yeah.
But they had some guy there playing guitar. I'm like, oh, this looked like a good time. I was so bummed. Told my kid, I go, you better start getting better grades so I could go to these things.
They said it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. I wish we were there.
Yeah, but I wasn't disappointed when I went today.
Yeah.
I had one of the wrecker while I was there. I had a sour because I had to because I got another can of that. There's sour.
Do they still have that one that
Same one.
was it called Off Duty?
Oh yeah, they still have that.
And
one, I
then
think.
Corey put the blood orange in there or whatever. And I was like, oh, that was
Yeah.
good. No, that was
the
good.
blonde one.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was
called
blonde.
Off Duty. Then and then she put the little Tarani syrup or whatever it was in
Yeah.
there.
But I got another one of the sours just because I love sours, and they did a very good job on that one.
Are sours the one that you turn handy onto?
Yeah, at first at Miraz. I don't think he's tried this one yet.
Yeah.
And I got this one just for him to try.
Uh-huh.
And now he's not here.
Well-
So I said, well, Tommy might go home with a souvenir today. And he'll drink it in the next month.
Oh, I still remember that, watching the baseball game with you. It was I still remember it. It was the what's the beer with the little orange on it?
Blue Moon?
No, the other one. I think there's another one.
I think that's Blue Moon.
The
painting?
The half orange with a face on it.
Oh, Shock Top.
Shock Top.
Yeah.
We had a Shock Top. We were sitting there in your living room watching the Giants game, and I'm just sitting there, and I just remember you go, "When did you get your nursing degree?" I'm sitting thinking, I'm like, "What the heck's he talking about?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're all, you've been nursing that beer for the past 2 hours." Literally, dude, it was like maybe gone an inch. I'm like, "Oh man, it's embarrassing."
Yeah.
No, I can't wait to do that live show there.
It's going to be fun.
Well, right when we
Yeah, he was asking me about it today. He said, I haven't heard from you guys in a couple weeks, so I was just wondering what's going on. I said,
you may not hear from us, but we talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
Even like more than what you hear about on
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because there's some planning we got to do because I got to get my
and
PA and everything, and which I'm going to get. He has it. My brother-in-law has it. He
cool.
said we could borrow it and get some logistics down. And
yeah, we got some other stuff to figure out that I'll tell you about when we get off the air. But
yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
But I know like after we left there that one day, I was like, oh man, I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Maybe get that zombie simulator back in there again. Oh, they'd be doing it in the same room as us. That'd be fun.
yeah.
You just hear some guy, son of a,
Hold on, Tommy.
You get all those off-duty cops, get on the ground. Wait, whoa, guys.
Whoa.
We're recording?
Yeah. And those are zombies. They're not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Just get them.
How good of a shot are you really? You
Yeah.
go for the head.
Yeah.
And so I tried a new place today too.
Well, same place as last week.
Same place
but you
last
weren't
time.
here.
Yeah, and so what's this place called? Nibblers
Nibblers.
in El Dorado Hills.
Yeah.
And on the outside it says it's like a popcorn company.
Yeah, it says Nibblers Popcorn something or other.
And so I walk inside and I'm like, ooh, it's a candy shop.
Yeah, it is.
I got
But
excited.
did you see the back room?
Yes, where they make the candy and the taffy and stuff.
No.
The
Behind
popcorn.
the popcorn.
Yeah.
That's like the same size as what you walk into as the candy shop. Is their storage room for all their popcorn.
Yeah, it looks good. I love popcorn. I can only eat small amounts of it.
I could have ate a tub of their bacon cheddar popcorn.
Yeah, if you get some next time, we'll I'll have a few. I can't eat a whole lot. It messes my stomach up, and then I got to go to the doctor.
This one won't.
It's the popcorn.
No.
You just want to see me take time off work. I got you.
Yeah.
But
Get
they
some
have
content done for the podcast.
Yeah, I mean I've been slacking.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that first song you heard, Friday the 13th Part 3. That's the intro.
The original
Friday the 13th.
yeah.
3.
Not a remake at all.
And such a weird song for Friday the 13th. I'm like, it's Disco Jason.
I heard it though in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they have these cool sodas there. It says always ask for Avery's, but we're just calling it Avery's.
Yeah.
It's called Worm Ooze.
This is the same company that had the zombie brain juice from last week that my dad tried.
It's soda gusting.
So disgusting. Yeah.
Totally gross soda, but it's orange kiwi. I think they tried tripping you out.
It looks like dirt though. The color of it.
It does not look good.
No.
But I'll be honest with you. It's okay. It's not gross at all. They just make it seem like it is.
Is it orange or kiwi?
It's more kiwi than orange. I think you want to
That's
try.
weird.
You want to try it?
No, I'm all right.
How about now?
Oh, no. Okay.
I was licking the bottle. God, that's gonna be on video too. I just thought about that. That's gonna be horrible. Someone's gonna make a meme out of that. Oh, never do that again. It's okay. Honestly, out of 10, I'll give it maybe a 6.
6, really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's not my favorite.
That's disappointing.
I do have another one. I may try later. I don't know.
You probably should.
That one I can't remember the name of it, but once I do remember it, I think
It was the monster one or alien one or something like that. Monster, alien, something.
it was monster. It wasn't alien, but I can't remember what it was.
Monster slime or something.
But either way, that place where I got it was cool.
Yeah.
And they had some other sodas there that I'd like to try, some retro looking ones.
My dad gave the zombie brain juice like a 9.
I saw that.
Something like that.
And that's why I didn't get it, because it's already been reviewed. But I might get it like on my
Just
own,
to try
just
it?
to try it.
Yeah.
But this is the only place I've ever seen this. It's made out of Connecticut. So,
Oh, that's weird.
Oh,
It
dude, and
shows up here.
dude, and it has blue number 1 and yellow number 5 and 6
Yellow number 5. Oh,
and 6
and 6.
Dude, it's
So when they're put together, it's okay. But
Yeah.
if it was just yellow number 6, that's too much.
it gives us this urine look.
Yeah.
I think that's the 5.
It literally looks like you need to drink more water.
But there's a blue number 1 in there.
Huh.
I don't like number 1 anywhere in my drink. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll if I pop that other one open later, I'll amend it and we'll throw it in there in the show somewhere. But you want to get to our cheers?
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you have a cheers? Because I do.
I did, and I know you do. I don't know. I don't have a cheers, but I do want to mention I heard a CHP officer was shot recently this last week.
Where was that?
I think it was Yuba City somewhere.
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
I saw it on the news. That was the only. That's what sucks. That's the only time I heard about it was this officer got shot, and I also saw a CHP officer on the news this morning was hit by a vehicle.
That happened. I think it also happened last week in South Sac on a motorcycle. A motor cop. CHP got hit. I'm like, dude, move over, people.
I haven't heard anything like they passed away or anything like that, but whenever something like that happens, that sucks. So
Yeah, move over for first responders, tow trucks. Move if you can't move over, slow down.
yeah.
Get off your phone.
But I do like. I think you have 2 cheers, but
I have 2 cheers.
I really like one of them.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really. I don't remember ever talking about it for some reason.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned it. I feel like we did.
I'll do
We might have talked about it behind scenes.
I'll do a Cliff Notes version of it.
Okay.
First one I wanted to give a shout out to for cheers is in Roseville, California. Local to us.
That's real paper, people. He wrote it down.
I wrote it down. I was here a little early, so I was able to clean up. Dude, you guys leave this place a mess.
Yeah.
Dude, it was horrible. I cleaned up. I'm not your mom. See what Lana puts up with now. But there was this 97-year-old lady that went missing in Roseville. And generally, our local PD and stuff, they'll put out like these little...
Bolo.
It's a bolo, but they'll do it on Facebook now, too. It's like, hey, have you seen... I think they called a silver alert.
Yes.
With the elderly
when it's
people.
Elderly, yeah.
And so these kids were like... I think their ages between 10 to 14. It was like... kind of like my dream for this to happen. Because I love those movies where it's like, kids on bikes, not getting in trouble, but like... investigating stuff. So
Yeah,
these
what was there was Nancy Drew for the girls, and then there was something else for the
It.
boys. No, not it.
well, Stand By Me.
No.
Well, they're looking for Ray Brower. It's such a good movie. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember. Oh, Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys.
That's what it is. Yeah.
What's up, Mike Hardy and Matt Hardy? We call them the Hardy Boys. They're my friends. Supposed to have them on here sometime. And I know they listen.
You have friends?
Yeah, I know. Don't, dude.
Okay, let's. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting us off topic. Just keep going.
So anyways, these kids were like, let's go find this lady. And so they were in their neighborhood and they got on their bikes and they're looking and they found her.
That's awesome.
I'm like, way to go, young Padawans. I'm like, you guys are just, they saw something, they got involved, they helped out, you know.
That's one time when it's good for kids to have a phone because they probably saw it on their phone, like on Facebook. Oh, look. Here's this. We live here. Let's go look.
Yeah, and just props to those kids for doing that because, man, that's just, you know, we got to take care of our young and our old.
Yeah.
You know. So shout out to them. I don't have their names. I think they omitted their names online.
They always do if it's kids.
So if you're the parents and you have one of those kids, well done, parents.
Yeah.
Raising good kids.
And then come on the show, too.
Oh, yeah. And the other one, like you said, we might have talked about, but it ties into your Oregon Ducks.
Yeah.
Back in, when was this? I think it was May 17th of this year.
Yep.
Park Rose High School in Portland, Oregon. One of the students showed up with a shotgun. Kid was just having a mental breakdown. No one was shot, no one was killed, and the reason for that is because of this high school teacher. I think it was a teacher.
Coach.
Coach
Coach of the football team.
Keenan Lowe.
Yep.
Who was a former Oregon Duck.
Oregon Duck football player, yes.
And he was also like an assistant coach for the 49ers under Chip Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
And I know this happened back in May, and we probably already talked about it, but they released the video. At least I just saw the video of what happened. And you see the kid walking into the school with the shotgun, and the teacher doesn't really, he just talks to him calmly, gets the shotgun from, passes the gun to another teacher. The teacher just takes off running down the hall with it, like getting it away. And then teacher just hugs the student.
Yeah.
Just hugs him. I'm like, wow, right there. I mean, granted, not every situation is going to play out that smoothly. And really, a lot of it depends on the person.
And I think a lot of it was that kid, I don't think he wanted to hurt people. He just needed help.
Right.
And he probably didn't know any other way to get it.
But props to that teacher, though, man.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, talking about...
I mean, that's basically staring a barrel in the face.
Right.
And saying, I don't care.
Yeah. Sound familiar, Wilson?
A little bit.
But, I mean, just that. I mean, you have kids who are young, stepping up, wanting to help find an old lady. You have this teacher who put himself in harm's way.
Yeah.
And then at the end, hugging the kid. I'm like, wow. I'm like, dude, that is nuts. I'm like, if it was me, I'd probably, go for the sweep the leg and take him out and get on the ground and stuff like that. But I'm like, dude, this guy showed compassion for the kid. I think the kid is serving 36 months probation and mental evaluations. But just cheers to those around.
It's a lot like our cheers last week with Botham. What's his name? Botham Gene.
Botham Gene,
his
the
brother. I don't know if I couldn't remember if we cheersed it the week before, but that's what we did our cheers to.
Okay.
Last week on the podcast when you weren't here, because Handy, like, I sent him that video once I found it, and he's like, "Man, that was powerful."
Yeah, I had to watch it a couple times. I'm like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
And what's funny is that came under fire a lot. I'm like, we show compassion for people that need it.
Yeah.
And then you come under fire. And at that moment, it was just like, dude, I don't care what any of the haters are saying. I see it from my own eye. When I see that teacher hugging that kid, I'm like, dude, that motivates me to want to be a better person.
And same thing with Botham Jean's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listening to him talk before everything happened, and then it finally came down to the point where he was like, it looked like he couldn't say anything more, and he's like, I just want to give her a hug.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
That's the last thing I thought you'd say.
Yeah. I thought even when he said that and she was going to go give him a hug or he was going to give her a hug, did you see the bailiff? He's like standing by like, is this like some sort of ploy to like punch her?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a bailiff, dude, I'd be like,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd allow it, you know?
But if the judge says, I mean, they're kind of under the judge's rule right there, right? So, but cheers to you guys. Get your can up here, sir. Cheers to you guys.
All right.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we kind of talked about college football a little bit, and one of my stories that I have to talk about that I want your opinion on has to do with college football. I think it was last week. LSU was playing Florida, I think it was, and someone from Alabama called in a bomb threat to the stadium.
Wow. Like a college player?
No, not a player, just someone who went to Alabama, who was going to school there.
Okay, so a student.
Yeah. And he called the non-emergency line over there and said, "My friend's about to lose a bet." And then he said, "There's a bomb in the stadium." And hung up.
Oh, wow.
So LSU, I think they said they had 100,000 people there for the game. They didn't evacuate the stadium. They searched the whole stadium, realized it was a hoax. And then they dug deeper into it, traced the call back to someone at the campus at Alabama, and had authorities from there go arrest him. Then it came out this week that person is getting charged and he could face 20 plus years in prison.
I think he should.
Me too.
Wow.
And it was a joke too. That's the thing. It's like people like he's a freshman too. Freshman at the college.
Let me ask you this: is because I don't follow college sports, is LSU or Florida in the same division as Alabama? Are they rivals?
I think LSU is, yes.
So it wouldn't be that abnormal for them to have some sort of animosity towards each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially because Alabama, I think, is ranked number 1 right now. I think LSU is at least in the top 4 because they're both undefeated right now.
Yeah, he should get that. I mean, some people say, oh, it's a little too harsh because, I mean, if we want to go back to a couple episodes ago with Amber Geiger getting 10 for actually killing someone.
Yeah.
But what this guy is doing is someone needs to be made an example. That you can't do this.
That is the same thing that the authorities said in the article. They said, this needs to be known that this is not allowed.
Right.
And it sucks that this person is going to have to be the example, but we can't have this. Like, if there was a bomb, that's 100,000 people. Right.
And so you're using, because let's just hypothetically say 100,000 people. I don't know how it works. Say you have maybe 100, 150 police officers there, including their campus police, right?
Yeah.
Well, if there's a bomb threat, now you're calling in probably county. You're probably calling in someone else. You're utilizing resources, which cost money. And let's just say someone found out about that bomb threat and there's mass hysteria and people were flooding out.
Yeah.
People are going to get trampled on it and dying.
That's the reason they gave for not straight up evacuating the stadium, is because that could have happened.
Yeah.
And it's not funny, but it's what he got charged with is I can't believe this is like the wording of the law. It says he was charged with communication of false information of a planned bombing on school property at a school supported function. Like, that's an actual charge.
It seems like would it also would that be would that fall under filing a false report as well?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like just filing a false report would summarize that, right?
Yeah, but this is it's
they
have a specific.
Maybe that's
thing,
weight heavier.
I guess.
Maybe they threw the book at him on that.
I mean, it's definitely a felony charge.
Yeah.
He's going to prison for 20 plus years.
Won't be doing that again.
No.
Well, that's just as bad as the swatting thing that's going on now.
Oh yeah, with the gamers.
And they're swatting them. They're doxing them, giving out their address, and I mean, there's people that have gotten like killed.
Yeah.
You know, from that. That's no joke. And you have to make an example of them, just like DUIs and stuff. eventually we're gonna be like, okay, well, we're just gonna throw the book at you because we're, we have to make the punishment harder, or else you're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because if these kids keep saying, oh well, I won't get in trouble. They'll just I'll just get like a 30 days. That's it. No big deal. It's a vacation from college.
Yeah.
No. And now they're like, wow, maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah. And I heard something else, like locally. There's a kid that got charged with just a minor in possession of alcohol.
Okay.
And he went to court on it.
Was that handy?
No. He's not a minor.
Acts like it.
Yeah, I know. But he went to court on it. The judge ruled what he had to do was book himself into jail and get released. So it goes on his record that he's been booked into jail.
Okay.
He was over the age of 18.
Okay.
So, I mean, he was a kid, but he was an adult. But so the judge made it like he literally went in, got booked, got released.
Wow. I mean,
so he had to go through the whole process and everything. Sat in jail for a little bit, got released, but it goes on his record that he was
right
arrested for.
I mean,
it.
for me as a former CO, I'd be kind of like irritated because that's a long process.
It is.
Be like, wow, I just did all that later.
Yeah.
Because there's also a process in releasing them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hopefully it taught him a lesson.
Right. And like when we got some kids in that were 18 and they'd be bawling their eyes out crying. I'm like, hey, dude, you're going to be fine. You're not even going to get dressed out, dude. You're good. You're going to go in that little room right there. Hopefully nothing happens in there. Whatever happens in there dictates what happens the rest of the night.
Yeah.
You're going to get released and you'll have a court date or whatever, unless you're coming on a Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's like with me, what I was saying with the whole scared straight thing.
That's basically, I think that's what the judge was doing, was
right.
Scared straight.
I mean, then I kind of agree with that then. Yeah. I mean, I hope it works, and I hope that kid realizes that was a stupid idea, and maybe I should just wait a few years when I could drink and then make sure I'm not drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And getting plastered.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
That's kind of that was local?
Yeah, it was somewhere around here.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
Yeah.
So I got just a couple things. One thing I want to talk about, I think is kind of cool. What was it? Last year, September 17th last year, Sac County lost a deputy named Mark Stasiuk.
Oh, yes.
And I just read in the paper, who reads paper nowadays? It was online. I guess they're going to do a memorial for him finally. I mean, I think there's still a memorial where the incident happened over there.
Yeah, there's
in Rancho.
A bench there and a plaque.
But they're going to be doing another bench. I think this one said it was going to be at San Juan High School, I think.
Is that where his sister?
No, she goes to Citrus Heights somewhere.
Oh.
But like they're going to finally do a bench, and there's like a mock-up of it. It's red. And so I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, that's pretty cool that they're finally able to do that, because I've seen a few of them, like Jeff Mitchell's memorial up there, kind of going towards Ione Slough House.
Oh, okay.
I remember I was going up there to requal at the range, and I made a wrong turn. And I'm like, where am I? And when you get lost up there, man, good luck. And I'm like, what is this, like, fenced-in area? This is weird. And I stop, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is where it happened. I'm like, I can't just leave.
Yeah.
And I'm out there by myself. I'm like, I got to get out and kind of, like, give my respects and stuff. But I was like, it's kind of cool seeing the memorial there. Like, it's like being honored. I think they're doing a lot of dedications. I think they just dedicated Highway 50.
They did. Yeah, they finally put the sign up for Bobby French.
Yeah, which is cool. Saw that. And, I mean, it sucks it has to happen. But, when I do see it, I like it because it's a reminder.
Yeah.
Of when people are just driving by, they're all, whatever, they don't think of these things. But when you start seeing this memorial for this officer that gave this person's life, hopefully, which I think the freeway ones are good too, because you're like, wow, that guy gave his life,
Or people drive by and they'll see a sign. They're like, "Who's Bobby French?" And then maybe they'll go look it up.
Yeah, hopefully not while they're driving.
Yeah.
But then they'll see that. But usually it says like Sacramento County Deputy Bob French or whatever. And then I'm hoping when they see that, oh man, that's sad. Guy gave his life for us, to protect us and everything. And then they look ahead and they go, oh, there's a traffic stop up here. I should probably move over.
Yeah.
It kind of puts it in perspective to
yeah.
remember.
That's the same thing further up 50 towards Shingle Springs. There's a memorial sign for the not deputy, the CHP.
Yeah.
That was hit and killed by a guy in a pursuit up there.
Yeah. And so I see those things and it kind of makes me want to go over and, I don't know, sit down on the bench.
Yeah.
Maybe even if I go by and, I see a lot of people littering these days. If I see trash around it, pick it up.
Yeah.
Like when I went and saw my dad's grave last Saturday, there was someone's flag that was falling over out there at the cemetery in Dixon. I put their flag up and fixed it for them, stuff like that. It's kind of like just giving your respects. I kind of, because we as citizens, we like to pay our respects too, but I don't feel like I should go to the grave, the actual cemetery to do that because I'm not family.
Yeah.
But I want to give my respects somewhere else. And so when I see that, I'm like, it gives me like an outlet to give my appreciation.
Yeah. Kind of turning the page here, going a little bit different. Talk about the World Series, or not World Series, but the playoffs that are going on right now.
Can you predict the future?
I wish. I'm gonna say Astros win it.
I was rooting for the Cardinals. They basically
blew it.
I think they were just playing Fortnite or something.
Yeah,
the last game.
They got swept, right?
No,
they did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But I can't root for the Nationals at all.
No.
I'm really glad the Dodgers are gone.
They just leave a bad taste in my mouth because Harper was on there.
Right. How'd that work out for you guys? Yeah. But the thing is or how'd that work out for Harper?
Yeah.
He leaves and then they end up going to World Series.
Yeah, that's funny.
But I can't root for the Yankees either. So I got to root for the Astros.
So there was one of the games where the Astros were playing the Yankees. People in the stands at Yankee Stadium, when the Astros were out in the field, were throwing baseballs and bottles at the Astros players in the outfield.
Kind of reminds me of my first gig with my old band.
Yeah.
Wow. Just like violently throwing bottles and stuff at them?
From the upper deck, too.
Wow.
Which a baseball from the upper deck, that hits somebody.
It could kill him.
That could do some damage. And the manager of the Astros, AJ Hinch, said, if this happens again, I'm pulling my players off the field. We're not playing.
Right.
And
I think it should be a rule that if you're the home team and your fans are acting like that, management or the umpires and New York or whatever, like not New York Yankees, but like, the upper officiation, they should say, hey, if your fans are out of line doing this, you guys forfeit the game.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, what happens if he does pull his players off? Is that technically he's the one doing it. So is that a forfeit? I don't feel like it should be.
I don't think it should be either.
He said, I don't want my players in danger like that. That could seriously hurt one of them.
Yeah. Or a fan.
Yeah. And I don't know. I kind of liked it. I was like, yes, go with that. The people people get emotional about their sports teams, but really, it's a game, man.
Right. Well, it's like, what was it a few years ago? Was it one of the last games at Candlestick and the Raiders were playing Niners, and like the whole fan thing broke out. And then even the Dodgers of Giants. Okay, like I have friends that are Dodgers fans, or friends that are friends of the Dodgers, and I apologize for them because we all can't be perfect, right? Yeah. But it's friendly. Like I made the mistake a couple of years ago, and I know you know about this, of betting with my buddy that
was a bad choice.
I had to take a picture wearing a Dodgers hat, and he had to if the Giants won.
Yeah, that's all in fun.
All in fun, and I had to change it as my Facebook profile for a week, and I did, and he sent me the picture a few weeks ago to remind me.
Wait, what happened to the Dodgers?
Yeah, they choked.
Choked again.
Yeah, they should just bench Kershaw in the postseason.
Yeah.
That dude's he chokes so bad.
Yeah.
But friendly rivalry should be that friendly. It should never go to a point of
Brian Stowe.
right. I mean, dude's life is basically ruined, and all for what? For just liking a team. And like you said, it's just a game.
Yeah.
And then I know like we're in talks right now of getting a Major League Soccer stadium downtown. And I know like soccer have like the craziest fans, like the hooligans
Major
and stuff.
League Women's Soccer is now coming to Sacramento.
Well, I know that. Well, I think basically they're going to build the stadium, and I think Sac Republic's going to use that as well.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's good for Handy because he has that Rapino haircut. So he might even go there. He might even get us some. I don't want to say backstage passes, but
The people are going to ask for his autograph.
I know. But it should be that. It should just be good fun. Like I see, like I remember, my dad and we went to some Giants games, and a lot of them were Giants Dodgers back at Candlestick, and I would hear like the most hateful crap come out of people's mouths. I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, there's an ongoing thing at what's it called now? Oracle Park.
Oh, you mean AT&T?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the bleachers. That's where you get your heckling from, and they always say,
Aren't those the cheap seats?
Yeah, basically. But they always say, like, what's the matter with insert other team's name here? And then they say, he's a bum.
Right.
I mean, that's...
When you and I went, the infamous streaking incident that never happened, we were in the bleacher area trying to shag some balls during batting practice. And the A's were out there. And Josh Donaldson was right there.
Yeah.
And I think Johnny Gomes. I think was
Dallas. What's his name?
Oh, the former Cat? I know you're talking about.
He pitched for the A's for a while, but he broke his arm and then disappeared.
And you and I were heckling. I'm like, I remember Josh Donaldson was running to catch a ball and he ran out of his shoes.
Yeah.
And then I think I heard somebody like say like, "Oh, do you need help tying your shoes there, Donaldson?"
Yeah.
And he was like laughing. It's all in good fun. We did it when you and I were in softball. We did it to each other.
Yeah.
Like if I like the one time I think I struck out, you're like, "Wow, that sucks." I'm like, "Yeah, don't talk to me." So what? You struck out in softball.
You owe the team a 30-pack.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. Yeah. I mean, it should be all in good fun.
Yeah.
But when you're throwing stuff, I mean, I think hockey is notorious for that too. I think in hockey, they throw like octopuses on the. I've seen them do that. Like,
but then hockey, like they took that and they took advantage of it and they said, "Hey, bring a stuffed animal." People throw stuffed animals onto the ice. That all gets donated to kids in like orphanages and foster homes and stuff like that.
They just send a bunch of rotting octopus. Is it octopi? I think it's octopi, right? Is that the plural for it? I can't remember.
Idea.
But yeah, man, it's gotta be in good fun.
Yeah.
Even like in video games, when you beat someone, oh man, dude, that was a close game, good job. Like I was telling, maybe I was talking to you about this. Did you play Little League?
Yeah.
Remember at the very end of every game?
You go
good game, good game, good game,
yeah.
good game, good game. And then usually, I know me, I'd be like, bite me. Good game, good game, good game, screw you. Good game. Kind of like what Clark Griswold did at the end or in the beginning of Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
But they don't do that in Major League. They congratulate each other and walk off the field.
Football, they still do it.
You're right, they do.
Yeah.
Usually they always focus on the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we got to be better than that.
Yeah.
We got to be more mature than that because what's going to happen is a riot's going to break out. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to die.
Yeah.
And then they're going to change. They're going to add more policies to. It's going to take longer to get into the games. They're going to be like, okay, well now you're going to have a wristband, and the wristband's going to have like 3 hole punches.
Yeah.
You only have 3 beers, per game, and you're going to. It's just more regulations are going to add on.
And now you can't bring baseballs into the field because you're throwing them at people, so you can't take a baseball in to try and get an autograph anymore. And
right, and we're adults, people. Just be adults, man.
Grow up.
I can understand like if I caught a Yasiel Puig home run ball, I would probably throw it back
for sure.
But I'm not going to throw it at somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't hear about either one of those, dude.
Really?
Yeah, and I was paying attention.
I
to
got
some
one
news.
more that I'm 99.9% sure you haven't heard about.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bring it down,
Okay.
and you're gonna bring it back up, and then we're gonna get awesome.
Well, I have a couple of fun facts too.
Okay, so we're gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I was listening to a radio show this week, and this kind of goes in coincides with the Keenan Lowe story a little bit that I heard, and it was kind of scary that youth suicide between the ages of 10 to 14 are up 56%
Wow.
since 2000. Was it 2006 or 2007, 2017? So that's the range they're giving, and I'm like looking. I'm like, okay, so. What changed? Why is it up? And then Facebook, if this was correct online, was established in 2004. MySpace was in 2003.
Yeah.
You know, the Instagram, I think, came in 2010. So all of the social media lines up with
The increase.
the increase. And when I see that teacher hugging that student, I'm like, okay, that's a resolution. That's not part of the problem. We got to somehow be able to combat trolling, swatting, bullying, calling in bomb threats, doing that stuff, because those people that are doing that are, you know, looking for an out, and we got to pay more attention to those people in our lives. Be friends with them, like show them that you care. You know, you're not going to get all of them. Not all of them are going to, you know, want to hang out with you and be friendly with you.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell my daughter, I say, you don't need to be friends with everybody. Just be friendly.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to like you. But I want...
And in turn, being friendly to someone, you could end up being best friends with that person.
You never know.
Someone that you never would have thought of.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. And so that shocked me. And it kind of, you know, made me like, you know, even look at my own kid. You know, I was like, man, you know, when she was in public school, she was bullied. We watched it happen. Not as it was going, because, well, I would put the smack down if that happened. Only that one time at my apartments I did. And, you know, basically we saw it. We assessed the situation. We're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. And we went to the school. School didn't want to do anything. Then we pulled her out, homeschooled her. Now we're like putting her in private school. And so far it's been good. So we recognize the problem. And I think we need to like get our noses out of our phone and look ahead of us in the real world and see what needs to, where we need to put our extra love, you know, like, I mean, I'm not perfect. I do it all the time too. I'll be hanging out with my kid and, you know, all of a sudden I'll be on my phone. I'm like, man, this is an opportunity for me to spend time with her, but I'm on my phone. You know, I could do that with friends too.
Yeah.
Even at church, I could see like a little kid by himself. I'm like, this is an opportunity for me to go over there and be a positive influence in that person's life, where that kid a week from now could be that kid wanting to take a shotgun to school.
Yeah.
So I see that number and it scares me, especially in today's world. You know, I don't want to bring a downer, but I feel like that needs to be said, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Bring it back up, dude. That was depressing.
Okay. So I saw a story, I think 2 days ago. It's about the famous Iwo Jima picture.
What was the flag, the Marines and the flag? Okay.
So I think 2016, they were able to figure out that one of the people named in the picture originally was not that person.
Was it Tommy Hartman?
Yeah.
I was there.
And then just recently, they figured out that another person was not the person who was named.
So they're saying that, like, if I'm looking at the picture, yeah, here we have Handy, Tommy, Wilson.
Yeah.
And Tommy and Wilson weren't really there.
Yeah.
That's not their names.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one, it was a little bit harder for them because it's the guy that's kind of in the background.
Uh-huh.
And you can't really see him. You can kind of see his uniform and stuff like that. But they named it as Private First Class Renee Gagnon, something like that.
Uh-huh.
But it was actually Corporal Harold Keller, according to the Marine Corps. And they were able to decipher that because they have more technology now, and they can see like there were a lot of pictures taken that day, and they were able to go back and look at different pictures and see the style of the uniform and stuff like that. And they were able to match it to this other guy, and they actually talked to, I think it was his daughter, the guy who was actually in the picture.
The Keller guy.
And they had notified her, I think a year ago or something, that said, hey, we're looking into this, and it could have been your father that was in the picture, but we'll let you know. And she said, okay. And it came out that it actually was him.
Wow.
And she said, I'm happy to know that it was my dad in that picture. She's like, the only thing that kind of bums me out is the fact that he never talked about it, because he knew that he was in the picture.
Yeah.
But he never said a word about it the whole time. I think he died a few years ago. And she said he never said
Which
anything.
even in that self means something.
Yeah, and she said, I know it's because he lost a lot of friends that day. Because there was a lot of people that died that day.
Yeah.
And he never, ever talked about it.
Wow.
But, I mean, it's kind of cool to see these things from way back in history and kind of see the progression of, like, we got better technology. We can decipher these things.
What happened to the two guys that were named that they were there?
Those guys have already died.
Were they like, it wasn't me? I'd be like, no, that wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of wondering that,
dude,
too.
I was still in boot camp. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Have you seen The Pacific?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I own it on Blu-ray. I haven't made it all the way through, but I know Band of Brothers was amazing. And those are some good TV shows right there. That HBO special.
Yeah.
I guess they're coming out with something else right now. The same.
I think I heard about that.
I can't remember exactly what it was. Maybe I'll look into that for the next show and what it is, but it was good stuff.
Okay, and then that in turn got me kind of thinking about, like, we did the Florida Man thing, you know, like this day and what happened in Florida. I was like, you know what happened in, like, military or history today.
Yeah.
So I looked up a couple facts about today in history. One that's
like as in today, like October 19th?
Yes.
Okay.
October 19th. 1987, October 19th was Black Monday. Did you know that?
Was that when the stock market crashed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Stock markets around the world crashed, including the Dow Jones Stock Index, which falls 508.32 points, which is 22%, 4.5 times the previous daily record.
Wow.
Another one was, this is way back in history. This is I think they call it the Battle of Yorktown or Siege of Yorktown back in the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
Yorktown surrendered to George Washington on this day in history. That was the turning point for the war, basically. That was when we became the United States.
Wow.
And then to push us into our topic for today,
real quick, we also just celebrated this week the 30th anniversary of University 30th anniversary of the Loma Prieta earthquake.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That Giants A's Super Bowl or World Series. What was in that drink, man? I keep stumbling on my words. But
that was today?
Oh no, it was this week. I don't know. It wasn't today, but it was this week.
But to get us into our topic, because we're going to be doing, I don't think we've announced it yet.
Oh, this is good stuff.
We didn't even put a Facebook announcement.
No, we're surprising
we
folks.
might have some people angry after this.
We might.
But we're going to be doing top 5 horror movies today.
Horror.
Handy.
Horror.
But in 2018, today is the day that the Halloween film reboot starring Jamie Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, come on,
yeah,
dude.
Same thing.
You said Jamie Lee.
Isn't that her middle name?
It is, but it's part of her dad's name.
Whatever. That was the day it came out and made a record $77 million for a horror film with a female lead. And it's the biggest debut of any film with a female lead over 55 in the United States.
Yeah. What'd you think of that one?
I mean, it was all right.
I listened to a podcast with the producer of that movie.
Oh, yeah?
He liked one of my posts one time, dude. I totally fangirled out. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I thought, I was looking through stuff, and then I saw that one. I was like, oh, that ties into our...
Well, they're making 2 more.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Who's going to direct it?
The same guy.
Wait, the same guy, because
that did 2018. So it's Danny McBride.
Okay.
He's part of it. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. But it has a stupid name. It's called Halloween Kills. So I'm not sure if you know anything about the movies, but like the first and second one were like they never really got a good third movie.
Yeah.
And I'll explain that later. And so what Danny McBride was doing was trying to make it like an actual sequel to it. Not doing the Rob Zombie ones. He was trying to do his own thing. I thought it was a good movie. I have a soft spot in my heart for Halloween movies, partially because I love John Carpenter, the director and composer. But yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay, let's get into it right now.
All right.
Because we can,
Yeah,
here we go.
Well, we're gonna start a party, folks.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a good time. We got Wilson here. Oh, what's this? What are you brewing? I feel like I'm. Ooh, got some drums.
Wait, I've heard this before.
Yeah, probably when you were like an infant. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a party in here. Oh, I dig it. Setting the mood for our top 5 horror movies.
We got the lights behind the TV right now.
Mash. Yeah, the monster mash. You did the mess. Yeah, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, that was so lame.
Should I start it off?
Kick us off.
Okay. Number 5?
Yeah, we're going to go 5 to 1. And then I have a ton of, mind you, this was hard for me. So I picked the ones that affected me. Like,
okay.
That literally like made it to where I can't do certain things in life because of this movie. It scared me that much.
Okay.
And I'll explain why.
And I also have kind of like the
horror handy.
Horror, somewhat funny movies too.
Okay.
Okay. But my first one, since we already talked about it, is one of the Halloween movies that was just, you're probably going to get mad at me for this, but we already talked about it earlier this week. Okay. But it's Halloween 2, the one by Rob Zombie.
Okay.
That's going to be my number 5. Just because this one is not a funny one at all.
No, it's not.
But the amount, that character is scary. Like the way he goes off and like stomps faces, and
I met him a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Mane, that guy that played, he's also Sabretooth in X-Men.
Really?
Yeah, he was also WWE wrestler Big Sky.
Oh yeah. You know who's back into WWE?
Who?
What's his name? The big dude that was in UFC. Brock Lesnar.
Oh, okay. I only remember Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, brother.
They had the 20th anniversary of WWE Friday Night SmackDown. It's now on Fox.
Rage in the Cage.
And I think it was last week they started again. They had all the old guys. They had The Rock. They had Steve Austin. They had a bunch of people from back in the day that showed up for it, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So what do you like about Halloween 2 though? Because that one was kind of weird because it kind of did like this little flashback thing with Michael Myers' mom on a horse and all that. Like, it was completely Rob Zombie. Like if you, it was definitely, it had his feel to it. Yeah. I know that.
I don't know. It was different from all the other ones, for sure. And I don't know. It's one, like I watched it a couple days ago, and I was still like, wow, this is a good horror movie, at least to me.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like Rob Zombie. I love his music. It's just some of his stuff, he tries to go a little too weird with it. Like
I think that might be why I like it.
You're into that weird stuff.
Oh, and another thing, do you know who the nurse is?
Yeah, Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I watched it the other day.
What's her name? Octavia Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, don't quiz me on horror, dude. I got this. A lot of all my movies are old.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was really hard for me to put them in order. But my number 5 is a movie that came out in the 80s. And I remember seeing it. I think my parents were watching it one time. And a lot of it was me sneaking out in the living room. I'm like, what are they watching? They'll probably deny it. We didn't watch that. But I remember seeing it. It's a John Carpenter movie called Christine.
Oh, yeah.
The 1958 Plymouth Fury.
Yeah.
And the car that regenerates itself. I love that movie, and I just found it. They re-released it on Blu-ray a couple months back. I was just walking through Walmart and I saw it. I'm like, yeah, I'm buying it.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, I bought it. Steelbook, collector. I got it, and it looks fantastic on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
and that regeneration of the car was cool. And what scared me the most about that movie was there's one scene, and it has really nothing to do with the car, kind of like killing anybody. But there's a scene where the guy and the girl are at the drive-in, and she's in the passenger seat, and all of a sudden she starts choking on her food, and the doors aren't unlocking, and the car's like lights are coming on and everything, and she's just choking. And that always stuck to me because when I was a kid,
that's funny.
When I was a kid, I actually choked on one of those Runt candies. The banana? The banana.
Those are the devil.
It got lodged in my throat, and my mom had to like give me the Heimlich and everything to get it out of there. And so when I saw that scene, I put that with what I was dealing with, and I'm like, I feel what she's feeling right now.
Yeah.
I can't handle this. But I love that movie and that soundtrack. Totally 80s, totally good. And there's an awesome scene where the Fury is on fire and it's just cruising down the road. And then I could watch that movie every night. I love it.
Yeah. So that's your number 5.
Yeah.
For number 4, I'm gonna have to do another Rob Zombie film. I don't know if you've seen this one.
I've seen them all.
Oh yeah, have you?
Yeah.
Lords of Salem.
That was so weird, dude.
See, I think that might be why I liked it.
Yeah. Now, that one was loosely based on the Salem witch trials in modern time, but they flash back in the past, right? Yeah.
And then the one thing that stuck out to me was the little devil.
Well,
with the big thing.
Oh.
That like that was probably the weirdest part of the movie for me. And I was like, why?
Rob Zombie has this weird thing with hold on, I'm opening a soda because I feel my
do you need a opener for that one?
I might. Dude, that hurts.
It's behind you.
Totally unprofessional, I'm sorry.
No, that's sound effects. Oh, never mind.
Rob Zombie has this weird thing, like I said, to be just weird. A lot of he takes a lot of old school movies and tries to bring elements from them into his movies. So, like, you'll see like some random midget, or something like that, little person, whatever the proper way to call him now is. Lords of Salem, I think what turned me off on that one was his wife. Like Rob Zombie's wife.
Yeah, weird.
Especially when we're getting into all those like House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell with her laugh. I'm like, dude, someone just kill her off screen, please. Like, dude, she annoys me. But like I said, I like his direction because I could watch a Rob Zombie film and be like, dude, this is a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah.
The most Rob Zombie film besides Lords of Salem would probably be 31, which is weird too. You have a Nazi midget in the movie, and it's weird. It's just a weird movie. I remember watching it and being like, I need to take a shower. Now I feel dirty.
Who's your favorite horror director?
John Carpenter.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, John Carpenter, Wes Craven. We could go between those two. I mean, I like a lot of different directors.
Yeah.
But mainly John Carpenter, because he's done a lot of he's probably one of my favorite directors because he's done a lot of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Like Escape from LA or Escape from New York and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, I dig that. I'll dig his style. And he also does the soundtracks for him. And he actually did the soundtrack for the new Halloween that you liked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, him and his kids did it.
Oh.
Yeah. The more you know. So I'm going to do this one as a twofer.
Oh, okay.
There's a little bit of a similarity there.
You're allowed to do that.
Because both of them I watch, and I'll explain why both of them creep me out. Obviously for me, The Shining. The Stanley Kubrick one, the one that Stephen King hates, because it's nothing like the book. And that is just because, I mean, for me, that's like just seeing a guy just lose his mind on screen. And that movie kind of gave me anxiety a little bit with the eeriness, the being confined to that hotel, being snowed in. And then watching like documentaries on how it was made, like Shelley Duvall, the woman, like, dude, she was literally like tormented during that movie. Like Stanley Kubrick was not nice to her at all. And it kind of ruined her as a person, that movie. And just seeing...
Did it make it better?
I think it maybe did, but I don't like it when people's lives are ruined for art. But with that being said, the eeriness and the being confined, I also think Poltergeist, the original, the first one.
Oh.
Because during that same time when I first saw The Shining, I remember back then TVs still would have static. Now they just are just a flat blue screen when there's no signal. And every time I would see that, I would be like, is there something in there? And growing up, I kind of usually had a TV in my room. I was kind of spoiled like that a little bit. And so I would feel confined and I wouldn't feel so much safe. But but what's happening, I still kind of get that way as an adult, where nighttime is my time when my brain does all its work and thinking of all the negatives. And then during the day when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I'm not afraid of anything. That's why I can't play like a horror video game at night, because I freak out. But, and, you know, just the Poltergeist too, knowing the history behind that movie as well with, what's her name? Carol Ann. I'm spacing on her real name. I mean, I know it, but how she really died, like in real life, like during the making of the third movie. And
she did?
Yeah. She had I think pneumonia.
Huh.
Yeah, and she died. And so there's a scene in the movie, because there's Poltergeist 1 and 2, and 3 I think is the one where they're in the skyscraper when they go live with their aunt and uncle in Chicago. And there's scenes towards the end of the movie where you don't see her face. You see the back of her. That's not her. She's already dead, like in real life. And then, or they'll make her look old, and they, it's because she's dead. They tried to do that, which is what they did in the Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell, which Captain Spaulding died during the making. Well, after that movie got really sick during the making of that movie. So they had to switch the character. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard what happens. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but they had to basically, fill with his character to not make him a main point in the movie because he was so sick. But, I love those movies right there.
Okay, so I'm on number 3 now.
3, yeah.
Let's see. I gotta pick between some. You know what? Okay, I'll go with it. The new It, the first one, because I haven't seen the second one. Does the second one come out?
Not in DVD yet. Okay. It's on theater.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second one yet. But the first one, that's a creepy movie, man. That clown.
So you're talking about Bill Skarsgård, not Tim Curry.
The new one.
The one that came out last year.
Not the made-for-TV one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that movie too. It's not on my list. What do you think of the original before you saw the new one?
I actually saw the new one before the original.
Okay.
I might have seen the original a long time ago, but I didn't remember it all. But I watched it after I watched the new one. I like the old one too.
Yeah, I like the old one as well. The new one obviously kind of blows it out of the water as far as I think, scariness because the old one's campy. It's made, it's made for TV.
Yeah.
But I watched them in order. So for the longest time, that original It was like the scariest movie for me.
Really?
Just because, wait a second, that just reminded me of something. I think I'm going to have to bump one.
Uh-oh.
Dang it.
I hope it's not my number one.
No, you know, I'm not going to bump anything. I'll have top 6.
Oh, okay.
But
well, it'll be top 7 because you had a double number 4.
right. But yeah, like the original was awesome. I loved it. As the new one came out, I loved it as well. I mean, no pun intended, it. But
it almost had a Stranger Things feel to it.
well, and the fact that you know,
It's kids.
one of them was in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But I do love that movie though.
Yeah.
And I love the way. Now, what I did do is I watched the first movie, and before the chapter 1 came out in theater like last year or 2 years ago, I read the book. Then I watched the movie, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of things in that movie that are in the book. Like you read a lot of books, and like a lot of Stephen King books are like a lot about descriptions.
Yeah.
So he's talking about I forget whose house it was. But one of the kids has in the first, he's the one that has the, I think it's an inhaler or medicine, and it's not really medicine. He's like, it's a kid the hilarious kid that breaks his arm or whatever. That kid, when he opens up like a medicine cabinet in his, it's just small things. Opens a medicine cabinet in the bathroom, and there's a ton of medicine in there. Most people would be like, whatever, but in the book, Stephen King emphasizes just like a full page where he lists like a full page worth of medications.
Huh.
And I'm like, dude, that's it. Like little details like that I was noticing. I'm like, dude, right on. That is cool.
Huh.
Because, you know, you and I both read books, and they never really line up with the movie.
No.
You know, so it's a good movie, though.
Yeah.
Good. I still got to see the second one. I think it's
So do I.
I think it's out of theaters. I think I got to watch it at home first.
Yeah.
So we're at 3 for
3
me.
for you.
Oh, okay, here we go. One of the first horror movies I ever watched as a kid was a Halloween movie. But it does not have Michael Myers in it. Yeah, right? Which one would that be?
I don't know.
It's Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Oh.
Yeah. That one actually, but it kind of does have Michael Myers in it. There's a guy in there who played Michael Myers. He's he's one of the little robot agent guys. And then there's a scene towards the end where I think Tom Atkins, the main actor in that movie, is like kind of like being held in like an interrogation room, and there's a TV playing, and it's playing like it's kind of like a trailer for Halloween. You see Michael Myers running down the stairs. And at one point in the movie, they're at this warehouse, or they're driving to the warehouse where they make the masks, and you hear a voice on the PA. Well, that's Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, but it does not have, it's not a Halloween movie. It's not tied in with Michael Myers at all.
Like an offshoot.
Yeah. And I love it. It's basically the movie where it's kind of like a terrorist. This is a lot of people are gonna be like, that sounds dumb. So it's basically like you have these masks that these kids will wear on Halloween night that have this chip in the back of them. Somehow this chip is aligned with Stonehenge, or they have like the rocks from Stonehenge in this factory, and they got to watch this TV show at 9 o'clock at night on Halloween night, and it plays this like flashing pumpkin on the TV, and the kids watch it, and this laser shoots out the back of the mask and hits them in the head. And I never liked wearing masks because of that. But I guess what's cool though is I guess you could actually buy those masks because they look kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's such a weird movie, but I just remember seeing it and just being so creeped out because of that concept. And back then I never knew. I just thought it was called Halloween 3. And I think if I remember correctly, when they made Halloween 3, they were actually going to try to steer clear of Michael Myers. And every Halloween, they were going to put out a different style movie. But when Halloween 3 bombed, they're like, we need to go back to Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it kind of lost its thing right there. But I love that one. I have the whole Halloween box set at home on Blu-ray, and the first one I went to was 3. I'm like, forget 1 and 2, dude. I'm going to 3. I love that movie.
That reminded me, we were talking about, you went to one of the Spirit Halloweens, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And we were talking about, you went to one that was completely separate from the one I went to in Folsom.
Yeah, I went to the one at Sunrise Mall.
Yeah, but they had the same stuff there, right? Like the giant clown,
the shark, the clown from
and everything like that. Yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube, one of the guys that I follow, and they went to a Spirit Halloween store. It's the same exact thing all throughout the U.S., just so you know.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. They had, right when they walked in, boom, the clown from It and everything.
Pirate ship looking thing.
Yep, same thing. What are we at now, 2?
We are at 2.
Okay, so this is where I get into kind of my campy
Oh, here we go.
style stuff.
Your sci-fi stuff.
It kind of. Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, my gosh. Every time I hear that movie, I think of AC/DC.
Really?
Yeah, because the Hell's Bells is playing. Now, did all the stuff come alive because of an asteroid?
Yeah, Comet.
Comet, okay.
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez, dude.
Emilio Estevez, one of the Baldwins. Did you know that?
I can't. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Emilio Estevez is a Baldwin. He changed his name. Did you know that?
No.
99% sure that's true. We need a fact checker, though.
Well, he's Charlie Sheen's brother.
Is it a Sheen? Maybe it's a Sheen then. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Baldwin.
That's probably.
But Emilio
what it is then.
Estevez, yeah. I love that movie. That semi, oh, dude.
The clown one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a it's funny you bring that up because I was listening to a podcast the other day and they're talking about how they did a certain scene. I think there's a scene where is it a lawnmower that runs over a kid or a steamroller or something runs over the kid, and how they had to do that. And I can't remember how they did it, but I was like, they had to shoot it backwards or something like that. I was like, I gotta watch this. Almost been so long since I've actually seen it.
It's a great movie. I love it.
I think it's just now getting a Blu-ray release.
Yeah, and I think it's on Amazon or Netflix, one of the two.
Yeah, a lot of these old movies they're
popping up everywhere.
They get in a rights court with if they could like re-release it. So these companies are like wanting to buy. Sorry, I'm struggling here. Are wanting to buy the rights to these movies so they could put them on Blu-ray, and they go into like this. I don't know what you would call it, this bottomless pit of being forgotten. And so people are like, oh, well, there's a lot of people want to see Maximum Overdrive because it's become a cult classic. It probably bombed at the box office, but now it's huge. And just like Halloween 3, people love it. And we want to release it on Blu-ray. We want to buy the rights to it. So now they got to track down how to do all that. Then they put it on Blu-ray and, make it look all good. And so I'm excited to see all these new things coming back or old things coming back.
So I kind of got a number 2.
Maximum Overdrive and something else?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's along the same lines of the one, I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. But it's the one with Kurt Russell. It's one of the Grindhouse films. Oh. The one where he's driving around in the car.
So, Machete?
No. Lana's going to kill me for forgetting the name of this.
We got to like summon our inner Lana and just
I know, seriously. So keep talking. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. That would have been, there was Grindhouse, there was Machete, Planet Terror?
Is that it?
It might be Planet Terror.
Death Proof.
Okay.
Death Proof.
You know, I never seen any.
You haven't seen it?
But I do have a Tarantino connection on my honorable mentions.
You need to watch Death Proof.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's the one with the girl with the leg, right?
Huh?
With the shotgun on the leg?
No. Death Proof is different.
Oh. Okay. I heard Bone Tomahawk's good too.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah, I keep hearing good things about that.
Yeah, watch that one.
I got to see that.
Yeah.
So that was number 2 had a twofer.
Yeah.
My number 2.
Oh, you have all old movies, right?
Right.
Good. You don't have my number 1 because it's a newer.
Yeah. So this one right here is probably around the same time. It's my favorite series of movies of all time.
You're going big here.
I'm going big. But I'm picking this one out because the first one I saw this before the first one. Okay. It didn't necessarily scare me, but as a young man, it was like, I was like, dude, like, what am I watching right now? And that was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Warriors.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
That's the one where, how would I explain it to you? He takes the girl's head through the TV. They're kind of like, it's like, I think it's the first movie where the first one had Nancy. Okay. And then the second one did not. And she came back in the third one. And that's the one that had, the paper mache house. I'm not sure if you remember that.
Maybe I haven't.
The guy that, this is going to get gory, folks. He had the veins come out of his arms, and then Freddy was being a puppeteer with his veins, dangling them over a building. It was just creepy seeing that stuff, and brought up a lot of questions on, because you see people sleepwalking, but it also flipped it a little bit to they're sleepwalking, but then it pans to like what they're really experiencing in the dream. It was kind of a trippy movie for me. Well, that's a cool concept. I never really thought of that, and then I kind of was afraid to sleep. But Nightmare 3, I love that one. And I think that's the only cast. I haven't met anybody from that cast on that Nightmare. I met him. I think I met someone from every single Nightmare movie, but that one.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm kind of bummed. I had a chance to meet the lead, Nancy, but I'm like, dang it. So Nightmare 3 for me, dude.
All right. We're at number 1. This movie legitimately scared me. And I'm not being a girl about this. And I watched the second one in this. So it's probably this whole series, but I've only watched the first and second. And I don't even think I finished the second one just because it felt too real to me.
I think I know where you're going.
Insidious.
Yep. I knew where you're going there. You're the one that told me about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That scene in the first one where they're eating at the dinner table, all of a sudden it pans back to him and that devil dude's behind him.
Yeah.
Dude, needed new huggies during that scene.
No joke.
I was not expecting that. I've seen the second one because you knew after the first one, there's going to be a second one. And I don't think I saw the one with it's called The Lost Key, the third or fourth one.
I have no idea because Lana and I both we watched the first one. We were like, that was scary.
I remember
we watched
Lana
the
telling me
second
that.
one and we're like, no more.
Yeah. I like that movie too. I guess I could put that in my honorable mentions. I kind of forgot about it.
I can't get that one out of my head.
Dude. It's a good movie though. It's a trip though, because Lynn Shay, she's in it. She's the what do you call her, the clairvoyant in that movie?
Yeah.
She's in the Nightmare movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then her brother Bob Shay is like the producer for all the Nightmare movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, I gotta watch it. Evelyn's seen that one.
Really?
Yeah.
The first one or all of them?
The first one. She goes, let's watch it. Let's watch it. I'm like, are you sure? She goes, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's not gory.
No.
It's PG-13. It's just creepy.
Yeah.
Lots of jump scares, lots of scenes where it's like really, really quiet. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I need to go to the bathroom. This movie right here, I don't even know if you classify it as horror, but it's horrific, and I classify it as horror. In fact, let me look on IMDb real quick and see what it classifies it as, because it could be like maybe an action thriller.
Action?
No, I don't even think it's action. I did an update on my phone, dude, and it's acting all weird. Like it wants me to do my face, facial recognition.
Oh,
adventure, drama, thriller. But it's a horror movie for me. And we've talked about this before. It's the number one reason why I will never swim in the ocean. Ever, 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 ever. Jaws.
really?
Yeah. I've never swum in the ocean.
I watch those movies a lot.
I love the movie. The third one is weird. The
But
3D one.
I don't swim in the ocean either.
Yeah, I can't do it because what do I say? I was telling my wife, I respect what's in it. I don't need to know. Like when we were on our anniversary trip and we're sitting there in the living room at our place we stayed at in Mendocino, and I'm watching The Meg. It's obviously a fake movie, and I'm like,
there's one out there somewhere.
But I look at the ocean because our view, we looked right at the ocean. I could throw a rock and hit the ocean. I'm looking, I'm like, and she's out there on the porch just hanging out, and I go, that's crazy. She goes, what? I'm all, can't believe it's out there.
It is.
You know? But Jaws, it just that feeling. That's why I don't like swimming in lakes. Just because
lakes I'm all right with.
Dude, that and like bodies, like dude, there's dead bodies in the ocean right now. Like right now. And now I'm just
they
it just freaks me out, dude.
They just found a skull.
I saw that.
Or not just found, but when the water was low in Folsom Lake, somebody was walking along the shore, found a skull.
Yeah.
Of somebody who died like 30 years ago.
And they tracked the family down, I think.
It's a Russian guy.
Yeah, some Russian dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah. So those are my top 5. You got your top 5. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I got it because I love this guy's style.
I'm right here. Hello.
No, the director Eli Roth.
Oof, brutal.
Yeah.
You going hostile on me?
I mean, we could go hostile. That has to be mentioned because when that first one came, it's something that's original, but something that you're like always in the back of your mind. You're like,
never want to take a soldering iron to my eyeball.
And if you look at the backstory on why he did those movies, there's a real website that he was looking at, and he wanted to base the movie off of that.
Well, in his
where you could go and cut somebody's head off because they
pay money for it.
Yeah, and that person was doing it so that he could give his family money. Like it was voluntary.
And if you really think about it, if I remember correctly, I think all of his movies can really happen.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Green Inferno, it could really happen. It's about cannibals. Hostel 1, Hostel 2 could really happen.
But the movie, and I love it because he did it, and then he did a remake of his own movie. It's Cabin Fever.
Yeah. That one's brutal.
So the first one wasn't that bad. It had Sean from Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
And then but the second one, the remake he did, that was super gory.
Was that the one where they started like get these lesions on them and they couldn't figure out why it was something with the water because there was like a dead body in the water reservoir? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I gotta watch that one again. Eli Roth is a weird dude though.
He is.
Yeah, he's out there.
Isn't he in Inglourious Bastards? Is that him?
Yes, that is him.
He's the bear Jew, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did he have anything to do with From Dusk Till Dawn? Is that him too?
Eli Roth? I don't think he might. I know Tarantino did.
Yeah, Tarantino was for sure.
From Dusk Till Dawn's on my honorable mention.
Really?
Yeah.
That if we do vampire movies, that's going to be on my list.
Yeah. So an honorable mention for me is Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
I don't think I've seen it.
That's the one where you had, you had the characters in, the Nightmare movies, right? And when there were, it was basically like, how would I explain it? There's a word for it, where it's like real life. So in the movie starts, it's not really a spoiler. The movie starts and you see like Freddy's glove and everything they're filming. And all of a sudden they go, cut, cut, cut. They're filming a Nightmare movie. All the actors and actresses are using their real names. So it's like they're filming a Nightmare movie. So Heather Langenkamp, who plays Nancy, she's there. Robert Englund is out of Freddy costume. But then things start happening. So I think it's called meta, I think the word is. So it's kind of like real life. And I'm like, that is a cool concept. I really, really like that. Freddy is like not funny in this movie. He is downright brutal and evil. And he actually wears like over his green and red sweater, he wears like this black trench coat, and it looks awesome. And his eyes, you have the little Marilyn Manson eyes, whereas this is the dot. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, dude, like it's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of my, except for the order of Nightmare movies I like. It's three, New Nightmare, which I think is 5 or 6. I can't remember. Heck, it could even be 7. And then the first one with Johnny Depp.
Yeah. I mean, this was hard for me because like during this time, like my wife and I every night will like pick a different scary movie, to watch.
Every night?
Yeah.
I can't get my wife to watch a scary movie at all.
No, she loves them. So like
I watch them on my phone when I'm taking a bath.
Like on it's not called ABC Family anymore. It's called
That's where you see Hocus Pocus.
Freeform, I think.
Freeform.
I think it's Freeform, but they have like 31 days of Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but on their little app thing, you can like select from the different movies that they have up there. So we'll go through. I mean, those are the TV edited versions, but
I really wanted to get a Shudder account.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have some good stuff on there,
Yeah.
but I think about just getting like the free trial and just busting out a few that I can't find on any other platforms and just going from there.
Yeah.
But I've been doing that Tubi TV. I've been finding a lot of old school ones on there on my phone, yeah. And it's all free. It's all like legal. Huh. It's just another platform. This one I was debating to put in my top 5. Arachnophobia.
My wife hates that movie.
Yeah.
Just because she's gotten bit by a brown recluse before.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Yeah. It was bad.
And I had a fear of spiders before that movie, and it basically confirmed my fear after seeing it. I love John Goodman, and he's hilarious in that movie, though, as the pest control guy. And then Jeff Daniels. It's just a good movie, but it plays on your actual fears. Like, dude, you and I have been in this studio before, and there's a spider, and what do?
You freak out.
I go, I'm out, dude. I'm gone. And I walk out.
And I say, Tommy, it does not have nunchucks or machine gun.
I don't care. You need to disarm him. Bring him in. Get on the ground. But I can't stand that movie. I think a movie that plays on your emotions, a movie that can make you cry, a movie that legitimately makes you scared, a movie that makes you happy, that actually makes you laugh, I think is a good movie. That's what it's set out to do.
Yeah.
And all these movies work for me on what they came out for.
Going along the lines with the campy, funny style ones, and I think Eli Roth did one of these, is the Piranha movies.
Okay. I have a friend that was in
I think he did the 3D one.
My friend was in that.
Really?
Yeah.
They did that at Havasu?
Yeah.
Havasu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the lifeguard at the pool.
Really?
Yeah. Went to high school with her.
That's funny.
She's also, I believe she was a stunt woman for Transformers as well.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I went, well, you still doing acting, huh? You're doing that in high school. She goes, yeah. Well, what have you been in? She goes, have you seen Piranha 3 Double D? I'm all,
yep, that's what it's called.
I'm all, no. And she's all, I'm in that. I'm all, what are you doing in that? She goes, here, watch the trailer. And there she is in the trailer. That's the one with Hasselhoff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in that one. Yeah. It was
kind
of fun.
Where they go into the water park or whatever.
Yeah. So
doesn't it have what's his name?
I still haven't seen it.
The slap some barbecue sauce. The dude from Anchorman, is that one?
Oh, what's his name? David Koechner.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
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 Isn't he the manager or something of the pool?
Yeah, I remember seeing him in the preview. I'm just gonna bust out 2 right here because they're kind of along the same style movies. First one I ever saw was Blair Witch.
Yeah, and then going along the lines of that, I got another one that we got to talk about.
The handy cam, shaky cam.
Yeah.
Then that, for me, I was like, I love this concept that you could literally put out a movie for no money and still scare people, then Paranormal Activity came on.
That's what I was going to say.
And I love the whole series of Paranormal Activity.
And then along the same lines as that, that VHS.
VHS.
That
VHS
was creepy.
Now, VHS, there's
It's like short stories.
Short stories, but they do what's called a wraparound, where it comes back around at the end into like the real life when they're watching the movies.
Yeah.
And something happens.
Yeah, like that dead dude that's in there he's gone, and where'd he go?
Is that the one? Is VHS or is it Rec? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. I might be mixing them
There's
up.
one that has an alien abduction with the dog and the GoPro. They thought it'd be funny to put a GoPro on their dog.
So there's multiple VHS movies.
Yeah. I think there's like 3.
Yeah. So it might have been in that series.
Like of course, it's a horror movie, so you have to have the boy making out with the girl. But they thought it'd be funny to put a GoPro on the dog, and then also their whole house lights up white. And they're like, "What's going on?" And then, of course, the one guy's like, "I'm gonna get naked and take a shower," and so, but the lights come out, and then stuff happens. You kind of see the aliens walk around. They don't spend a whole lot of time on them, but then it's basically like you get the dog's view of being abducted. So all of a sudden you see it like flying you see like air, like it flying in the air, it going through like some tubes and stuff, and also you see it falling, and then it just hits the grass. That's just the GoPro.
Huh.
I'm like, it was like, oh, that's kind of creepy. There was
it VHS, the one where they're going through one of the series where they're going through that house, and all of a sudden you can like see the hands like trying to push through the wall, stuff like that.
Was that the one with where it's like they're going into a haunted house?
They're supposed to go to a party or something like that, and there's a cult that's like in the attic or in the basement or something.
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen those.
I know, it's been a while.
Those were good movies. There was one of them that was really, really weird.
I think it was that one.
It's with a female. It was. I kind of had to like not watch it because it was kind of like she was like a prostitute, but she wouldn't talk.
I don't remember.
It might have even been Rec and not VHS, but then she was just like, and she ended up killing everybody like brutally. Like I was like, yeah, it was a little too much for me. I was like, okay, this goes to the point of like where I'm like, okay, that's kind of like torture porn. I'm not really into that. Like that's why Saw is not on my list, because I'm like, yeah, it's
Saw, but it's got to be mentioned.
It's got to be.
It's a cult classic now.
It is, and I love the twists in the first one. And I love how they brought it back around.
I think the last one was just as good as the first one.
Jigsaw.
Yes.
It was good. I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm just like, I can't put them as my favorites. I won't buy it because I'm like, I only need to watch it once.
Yeah.
But then I have movies on. Do you have any others, by the way? Because I got like a few more.
You might pop something up in my mind when you say something.
These came out when I was in high school. I don't think the other one is Wes Craven, but Scream was Wes Craven.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that too. Scream. You have to say that.
Yeah, I when I came out, I remember I was dating a girl, and let's go see Scream. I'm like, all right, so we go to the movie theater to watch Scream, and we walk in the movie theater, and my ex-girlfriend was in that theater. I'm like, let's go watch the Eddie Murphy movie. So we just theater hopped to the other screen. I was like, because I didn't want to be in there, so I didn't get to see it when it came out. I ended up seeing it like when it came out on VHS a while later. I'm like, man, I love this movie. I love it. And then plus Nev Campbell, hello. I had a kind of a childhood crush on her, and then I kind of had this whole like Party of Five thing going. So I was like, I know what you did last summer. It came out. I was like, Jennifer Love Hewitt, hey girl. And, oh wait, Buffy's in this too. Holler back.
Yeah.
And I love those movies. Just the what was that other movie? Urban Legend.
Yeah.
The who's the killer type thing. I love those.
Yeah.
They always caught me. They try coming out with stuff like that now, but I can't really get into like Zendaya, like running from someone stabbing someone, so I think for me, like Scream, like when I see like someone like Nev Campbell, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, or whatever, like those girls that were all like goody goody and all those other shows, now kind of like, basically taking out slashers. It's kind of awesome.
Do you have any of those movies where you like started to watch it and you're like, this is something that's too real that could happen, and you're like, I can't watch it anymore? I got one.
What is that?
I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to talk about movies that are brutal, talk to Marcos. Marcos told me about that movie. He goes, hey, because we were trying to outgross each other. He goes, hey, have you seen this movie? I'm like, no. He's all, dude, watch it. And I watched it. I'm all, why did you make me watch that?
Yeah.
He's all, isn't that brutal? I'm like, dude, that I don't like rape movies. Like where
Like
the revenge part, I think it's cool.
Rooting for her at the end.
Yeah. The revenge part, I'm like, yes, these guys totally deserve that, but I don't need the scene on which led to that. That bothers me so much. I could watch this. I could fast forward it, and be like, all right, cool. I'm watching basically Saw happen right now, and her basically getting her revenge on it. I Spit on Your Grave is brutal. And that scene at the end with the shotgun,
Oof.
That'll clear you out. We already mentioned it. If you this one right here, Steph does like. It's a courtroom movie and an exorcism movie. It's The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I think I've seen it. I can't remember.
Supposedly, it's a true story. That's what they say. I don't know,
but
it's a good movie about like this priest who was he was doing an exorcism, and the girl ended up dying. But they so they have his court hearing because they're trying to get him for being responsible for her death. But then when they're talking, they flash back to the events that led up to the exorcism. And Jennifer Carpenter, she's the Emily Rose. And dude, she does the craziest like contortion stuff I've ever seen. And it's kind of unsettling.
That's one movie that freaked me out when I was little and I thought it was The Exorcist.
Yeah. Linda Blair walking down the stairs backwards.
Yeah.
Saying all those weird things that no one's supposed to hear.
Turning your head all the way around.
Pea soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie is supposedly cursed because I guess like they filmed that scene where you can see her breath like in an actual freezer. And I guess the set burned down. There's an interesting podcast, and I'll plug it real quick. It's called Inside. There's three of them. There's Inside Jaws, there's four. Inside Exorcist, Inside Psycho, and then there's Inside Star Wars. And this guy goes, it's like a 8-part series. Each one's like an hour long, each part. So there's 8 per movie. So you'll listen to one for 8 hours just on Jaws. And he goes to a lot of like the behind the scenes on what happened in those movies and like sometimes like the crappy things that happen. Like when he's talking about Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, dude, it is crazy the stuff that was going on behind the scenes. Like nuts. And Jaws as well, like they couldn't get the mechanical shark to work. Fun fact. Do you remember the shark in Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Name's Bruce.
Oh.
The name of the shark in Jaws was Bruce.
Huh.
I just now figured that out. I was like, wait, Bruce and Bruce. I wonder if that's where Finding Nemo came up with their name to do it because it's like an homage to Jaws. Have you seen 13 Ghosts?
Yes.
It's a good movie.
Actually, I haven't seen it the whole way through. That was one of the movies that Lana and I watched probably a week ago, and it was after I was working.
No, I think it's a remake. So you watched the one with Matthew Lillard, right?
This one was pretty old.
How old was it? Black and white?
No.
Okay, was what's her name? Shannon Elizabeth in it? Tony Shalhoub? Were they in like a glass house?
I can't remember. I only got like halfway through.
Put it this way: did it have special effects?
Maybe.
Okay.
They come into a junkyard. Do they both do that?
Yep. And that guy starts throwing the cars around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's the new one. Newer one.
Okay.
I love that movie. Yeah. I forget what they called that guy, the Juggernaut or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that movie. I like the way it was filmed, how they did the slow-mo thing. Like when they're throwing somebody, just does that little bass thing that most movies do now. And then it throws them. And then I can't finish this off without mentioning The Lost Boys.
I love that movie.
That movie I could watch year round anytime.
What's his name? Froggy? Frog?
Oh, the Frog Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, and then the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. And I think we talked about this before with the movie Us, when they're in the movie, if you watch the movie Us and they're walking on Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, and they're like, I want to go down there, and they're all, we can't. There's filming a movie down there.
Yeah.
And they were referencing The Lost Boys. The Lost Boys is cool. It so you can laugh at some parts because the vampires look like they should be like in Motley Crue or Cinderella. Yeah. But it's a good movie though. I mean, you got Kiefer Sutherland in it.
Have you seen The Mule?
The Clint Eastwood? Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it was so slow.
It was pretty slow, but the mom from The Lost Boys is his wife in that movie.
I hated her in that movie. She was so mean to Clint, dude.
At the end, she wasn't?
Well, yeah, her husband was going to prison. He was a mule.
Well, she didn't know that.
Spoiler alert. But I mean, I guess I was also expecting more action because the preview showed like helicopters flying down the truck.
But that was at the end.
I just remember looking at my wife and going, "Really?" And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Clint Eastwood, but man, he looks so old in that movie.
Oh yeah,
I felt so bad because he's one of my Hollywood heroes, dude.
Yeah.
Like
him and Sam Elliott.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time, Escape from Alcatraz, has Clint Eastwood in it. And I just look at him, I'm like, dude, he's so awesome in that movie. And I look at him now, I just see a frail old man. I'm like, it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because I know he's...
Like, even the difference between Gran Torino and that movie is like, he plays this BA old man in Gran Torino, and then The Mule, it's like he's this old man that's getting taken advantage of in the beginning. And
Right. And I mean, I like I said before, I love horror movies. I personally like getting scared. I like the eerie things. I just wish I want more people to come up with more stuff. And the cool thing about horror is there's such an underground for it, to where some of the good movies, kind of like the music I listen to, because I listen to heavy metal, some of the better bands that I listen to aren't huge bands. So some of the better movies I've seen weren't huge movies. But of course, my top 5 were all ones that I made an impact on me. And Friday the 13th is probably my least favorite of the slashers. It would go, I mean, actually, no, I take that back. Texas Chainsaw Massacre would be.
Really?
Yeah. It would go Nightmare, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw. For me, I don't even really care much for the Hellraisers. Clive Barker to me is a weird dude. He has some weird stuff. People Under the Stairs was pretty good, but I never got into like Hellraiser. I mean, the first Child's Play was good. I haven't seen the new remake. I want to see it.
Me neither.
But I just can't, put it on my list of like top favorites. I mean, like if you look at my horror movie collection at home on my bookshelf, they're basically my favorites. I don't have anything in there that I'm like, well, I own it, I guess I'll keep it. I mean, I got rid of those. I only keep my favorites. So when I'm out at a used store, I have like a list on my phone of movies that I'm specifically looking for. And, like the other day I found, when I get Fletch Lives, I love Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
So I got Fletch and Fletch Lives for $2 at that store. And I'll keep my eye out for it. I'm a collector of good movies, ones that I know I'll watch over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what's your top 5, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't put that out because I didn't want to
We can post it now though.
Yeah, I didn't want people to think like they're what's the word I'm looking for? Like motivating me to pick one of their movies.
Yeah.
Because I mean, your brother, what we do the action was it? I forget what movies it was.
Probably action.
I'm like, dang it, he literally has every single one of my movies on there.
Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of keep it, under, close to the chest a little bit. You know, that way, so I can see what everyone else says. I'm sure someone's gonna say something just like I mentioned to you. I forgot which one it was. You're like, oh my gosh, that one.
Yeah.
Like I know someone's gonna mention something like, yeah, that one actually is
Whoops.
good.
Left that one off.
But with that being said,
let us know.
Let us know. Send us a message on Facebook. Call us at 916-259-3030. If you want to come hang out. We're open.
Open door policy.
Open door policy.
I mean, until we start recording, then we lock the door.
You're right.
Yeah.
We don't want little minions running in here.
Yeah.
Because it has happened, actually.
It has, yeah.
We've had a little munchkin running here and, hello, daddy.
Yeah.
And then Handy's like, you're not supposed to be here.
No one's supposed to know about you.
But yeah, follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. We also have an Instagram, Facebook page and everything. I think it's under The Real WTH Show.
Is that what our Instagram's
I
under?
believe they're under both the same thing. We have YouTube, which is we post these videos on YouTube. Last video, something happened. We couldn't get it out. Seems like that happens when Handy's here.
It was definitely Handy's fault. I won't blame it on him.
I think he sabotages the camera.
Yeah.
Even though he has the face for TV. But yeah, that would be the Wilson, Tommy, and Handy show on YouTube. So you can see what we're, basically me and Wilson just kind of talking. It's the same show.
A little more unedited, though.
A little bit more unedited, slightly. You might know some differences. You might see me dancing around.
Yeah.
If we just start laughing randomly, you might see the reason why.
Yeah.
And also on Untapped, the app where you could follow us on the beers that we're following.
Shout out to the I don't even remember the name because it's in Icelandic, but the beer that we tried last Einstock. Yeah, they
Godsmack.
Yeah, they commented on our Untapped page.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah,
because I saw that. I was like,
and they said it in Icelandic, and I have no idea what they said, but hopefully it was a good thing.
I put on my Viking helmet. I said, "You're welcome."
Yeah,
I have no idea. They probably said, "We hate you."
Yep. It was like Skull or something like that.
Trying to talk in Dothraki or something. Girl, no, that's totally wrong. But yeah, and and Untapped is UNTAPPD, and then you can just follow us there on either the Wilson, Tommy, and Handy show or the Real WTH show. Yeah. Friend us on there, and then you could easily follow us. You'll see what beers they've been trying. And
and we did get a suggestion on Facebook for a beer.
We did. My brother-in-law, Daniel.
Yeah, we're going to try and find that beer.
I did find it.
You did find it.
I did find it. I just couldn't buy it because I was on the clock at work.
Yeah.
But I do know where I can get it now. And one of that store is actually my last stop of one of the days. So I just clock out, walk back in, and then get it because I'm off the clock.
Yeah.
And then, just hit us up. And we want to thank MSR Arms again.
Definitely. Especially with the new bills that got signed because it's going to give him a hard time in California here in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So give him as much business as you can.
And
and hopefully this weekend he sponsors us. He also sponsors an Ultra 4 truck, which if you have not heard of Ultra 4, you should look it up on YouTube because it's pretty sweet. It's like rock crawlers that do 140 miles an hour across the desert, and then they race rock crawling basically. Like it's a huge race.
So is it like my Ford Fiesta that I got?
Yes.
Cool.
But Ryan is actually in Sparks right now.
Okay.
Because the Ultra 4 Nationals are in Sparks.
Oh, nice.
So he's over there. He's got a truck that he sponsors, and he's checking that out right now.
Yeah. Cool. Good stuff right there.
Yeah.
And I also tried the other soda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, better.
It says strawberry and raspberry.
It's very dark. Looks like a cola.
I'm tasting more grape.
That's weird.
But this one's it's by Avery, same brand, but it's called Monster Mucus.
Oh.
Which I think what I was having problems with all day today.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm going to give that one an 8.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Bumped it up
I like me some grape soda, even though it doesn't say grape. But it's hidden in there somewhere. But also, the knife has been delivered to the winner.
Good.
And then we have the hats we still got to give out.
There's actually one in the video right now that I'm giving out on Monday.
I brought the hat up for you to hand out, and I have the other one. I will be meeting up with him. And then maybe we could put on another contest eventually.
Yeah. And we will have a live show. Well, at least live if people come to it.
Yeah.
But yes, we will have a live show probably at Thin Line Brewing.
Like 99% it'll be there.
And big thanks to them.
They've been awesome and
super supportive.
And they, like I said, they have some cool stuff there. Just, I mean, even if you want to go there and hang out, if I remember correctly, their dining area, whatever it isn't it like park benches?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go there, hang out. Then they have like a cajon over there. They have an acoustic guitar to play in.
Yeah.
And, they're super cool people. And there's even a little kid area where,
if you have
you
your
could send
kids
your
with you.
you could send your husband to go play for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're real, like I said, we're still planning that. I'm wanting to get a guest. For that show, and then maybe even have Scott or Corey talk a little bit. Be kind of cool, but then hopefully they're so busy they can't talk. That's my ultimate goal.
Actually, when I was there today, Corey was explaining the difference to one of the patrons there, like going through like what an IPA is, what a double IPA is.
I should have been there for that.
Yeah, no joke. And I was like, man, we should have you on the show just to explain this, so that we're not saying it goes to India twice. Yeah.
What if she was really saying, well, this one has actually traveled to India twice? Like, holy crap, I was right.
Yeah.
Lucky me. But yeah.
It'd be cool to get her on here and have her talk a little bit about what she does and why she does it. Because it's...
I know when we talked to her that before, she was very passionate about it.
Yes.
And it's I can't convey that. And I feel like she'd be a better person for that.
Yeah, she's totally... It's not about the money to her
not at all.
She's definitely in it just to bring awareness.
Yeah.
But they're really cool people.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Handy, you have anything else? No? Handy?
Maybe.
Handy? He's here in
falling
spirit.
Asleep.
Yeah, that's his waking up noise.
Yeah.
So until next week, have a good week, everybody. And, rate, review, and subscribe. And laters on the Minjay.
I'll talk to you then, or I'll talk to you another time.
Jobin.
Stop it!